Let's talk about mental strength. But first, I want you to just forget everything you think you know about it. Because there's a version of strength we see all the time, right? The loud one, the aggressive one, the one that's always on. Well, today, we're going to take that idea apart and build something way more powerful in its place. We're going to build an architecture of quiet strength.
You know, when you hear mental strength, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For a lot of us, it's something, well, aggressive, something forceful, something that has to dominate the conversation. It's all about this outward show of power.
It's this idea that a strong mind never ever loses an argument, that it never fails, and it certainly never shows a moment of weakness. It's just this constant, relentless drive to be on top, no matter what it takes.
And yeah, it's almost always tied to being the loudest person in the room. You know the one. They speak first, they argue the hardest, and they make sure everybody feels their presence. But what if that's not just wrong, but the complete opposite of real strength?
And here it is. This is the big shift in thinking. All that aggression, that constant need to win, that loudness, it's not strength. It's just noise. It's the static that actually keeps you from finding your real power.
So here's the thing. Genuine, unshakable mental strength is quiet. It's an internal framework. It's calm, it's composed, and you build it from the inside out. So in this explainer, we're going to walk through the 5 foundational pillars for building exactly that.
Okay, let's dive into pillar 1, stopping that instant reaction. Think about it. Our minds are just trained to react instantly to every little thing, every comment, every email, every headline, without even a moment's thought. And that simple habit, that's where we give all our power away.
So what's the fix? Well, it's a really simple 3-step process to create a little space. Before you type that angry reply, just breathe. Before you make a snap judgment about someone, just wait. And before you let that wave of panic take over, just observe what's happening. That pause, that's your superpower.
We have this idea that the person who responds the fastest is the one in control. But in reality, when you choose that moment of silence, that deliberate pause, you're not giving up power. You're actually grabbing a hold of clarity. And let me tell you, a response from a place of clarity is always more powerful.
All right, pillar number 2. This one's all about your inner voice. Because the story you tell yourself, especially when things go wrong, might just be the most important conversation you'll ever have.
I mean, think about it. You make a mistake. What's the first thing your mind says? Does it jump right to, I'm useless? That's a destructive loop. A strong mind chooses a totally different path. It sees the mistake and reframes it. Okay, I'm learning here. One is a dead end. The other is the start of a whole new road. Now, this isn't about, toxic positivity or just pretending you don't have flaws. Not at all. It's about being honest with yourself. Yep, you messed up. But delivering that truth with some kindness, with some self-compassion. That balances everything for building a resilient inner world. Pillar 3 might sound a little strange at first. Discipline is freedom. Here's why. Motivation comes and goes, right? It's fickle. But discipline is a system you build. It's about training your mind to obey your long-term goals, not just your short-term desire for comfort. And we're not talking about huge, life-altering things here. It starts small. It's choosing to go to bed on time instead of binging one more episode. It's putting your phone down when you know you've been scrolling for an hour. It's getting up and moving your body for just 10 minutes when every part of you is screaming to just stay on the couch. See, every one of those small, disciplined choices is like casting a vote for the person you want to become. You're literally training your mind to follow your lead, not the impulse of the moment. And that control, the ability to command yourself, now that is real freedom. Which brings us perfectly to pillar number 4, sitting with discomfort. So much of what we need for growth, hard conversations, deep focus, facing a tough truth about ourselves, it all feels uncomfortable. And our gut reaction is always to run away from that feeling. Our instinct is to run, right? To grab our phone, to turn on the TV, to distract ourselves immediately. But what if we didn't? What if just for a second we paused and asked this simple question? Because discomfort is usually a messenger, trying to point us towards something that really needs our attention. And that's the real difference. A mind that's always looking for an escape stays weak. But a strong mind understands that pain and discomfort, they're just data. It doesn't go looking for them, but when they show up, it has the courage to actually listen to what they're trying to say. And finally, we've arrived at pillar 5. You have to guard your mental space. Seriously, think of your attention like it's the most valuable currency you have. If you let the endless news cycle, social media, and all that negativity control it, you're pretty much letting them control you.
I love this metaphor. Your mind is your home. Now, would you just let any random stranger walk in off the street, track mud all over your floors, and start shouting in your living room? No way. So why on earth do we let toxic information and negativity do that exact same thing to our minds? And this is the most empowering part of all. You are the gatekeeper. You get to choose the news you read, the accounts you follow, the conversations you join. You have to be deliberate. Be ruthless about protecting your peace of mind. You have that control.
So as we wrap this up, please remember, this isn't a quick fix. It's not a one-time decision. This quiet strength we're talking about, it isn't something you just achieve one day. It's something you practice in small moments every single day. It's built not in the loud arguments you win, but in those quiet moments where you choose to just breathe instead of reacting. It's an internal job. Nobody else even needs to see it. It is absolutely built patiently. Some days are going to be way harder than others. That's a given. The real key is just consistent, compassionate effort over time, without beating yourself up for not being perfect. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Forget about some huge grand gesture. Think smaller. Think right now. What is one quiet, deliberate action you will take today to start building your own architecture of strength?